And then offer them your compassion. Offer them the wish and the vision that they find their own magical kitchen and they become complete. Just the way that you need to be reminded that you also have a magical kitchen. So other people sort of serve as ways to remind us on areas that we'd like to grow, and also that we're all the same, and we're all working with the same struggles and the same loneliness and the same drive, even if we all have vastly different circumstances. So compassion is one of the roads to love, to real love. The other two are forgiveness and gratitude. Let me move on to forgiveness. I've had several people tell me, I think the first person who said it was Nikki Myers. She said, forgiveness is the antidote to resentment, and resentment is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. So if someone wrongs us and we feel hurt, there's a lot of information in our pain. So we use that hurt, we start to heal and move forward. And then once we've grown, sometimes there's a tendency to hold on to that story, to hold on to that hurt, so that we never get hurt again, so that we cannot forgive that person for the atrocities that they've burdened us with. But the thing is, if we're doing this, we are protecting ourselves from getting hurt, but we're also preventing ourselves from feeling love, from feeling the flow. In Chinese medicine, we say where there is no flow, there is pain. When there is pain, there is no flow. We have to allow the flow. We have to get into the Wu Wei, let the river of life carry us, and that includes letting that shit go. When we can forgive someone for what they've done, it's great for us. It doesn't matter if you feel like they deserve to be forgiven. It doesn't mean that you're saying that what they did was okay. What it means is that you are dissolving that resentment that you're holding towards them so that you can feel more love. It's not about them, it's about you. So the taking it personally, not taking things personally, goes both ways. Not only do we not think that what they did to us was about us, but we also realize that our forgiving them is not about them, that's about us. We are forgiving because we want to feel forgiveness, because forgiveness is an avenue to love. Oftentimes, the forgiveness that needs to happen is forgiving ourselves. If we, especially Generation X, seems to be a generation where we've accumulated a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, we're sorry. We're just very sorry for everything. We say, I'm sorry a lot. And so really looking into that magical kitchen, feeling into your dignity, believing that you are so worthy, and just being ready to let go of the resentment that you hold towards yourself. Did you make a mistake? Was it a horrible one? Guess what that means? It means you are a human being. We are making mistakes all the time. All the time. I have made so many mistakes, and I have forgiven myself for those mistakes because I love myself. I have this magical kitchen that's full of abundance where I can go and eat and nourish myself and grow my soul and open my heart and create a better experience inside my own mind and body and for those around me. I can exude love. I can share with them what unconditional positive regard and love look like because I'm not making these walls. I'm not punishing myself. I'm not berating myself. I'm saying, man, I really messed up. I really, really messed up. And I forgive myself because I'm human. And I learn that maybe I can do this differently the next time. And if there's another human involved, then I extend my apologies to them. Even if it's been, 15, 20, 30 years, I could call my sister and say, Caroline, I just want you to know that I'm really sorry, and I have a lot of guilt around the way I pretended I put a booger in your sandwich when you were 12. I really didn't put anything in your sandwich, but I played that psychological game with you, and I really made you terrified of being able to eat. I gaslighted you and made you look like you were the crazy one because I didn't do anything. And I just want you to know that I have forgiven myself for doing that, but I don't know that I've ever said I'm sorry, and I just really want you to know that I truly am sorry for behaving that way. So that's a true example, but it's a silly example. We might have made many, many mistakes, much bigger. There's no mistake that's too big that you can't forgive yourself, because you unconditionally love yourself and you know that you deserve to let go of that resentment, to let go of those walls, and to soften your heart so that everyone around you can feel the presence of a goddess when you walk in the room, the presence of a God, the presence of real love, of real light, of openness, of vulnerability, of authenticity, of humility, of willingness to say, I am a flawed human, and I want to spend time with you. I want you to spend time with me. Let's do this together. Let's spend some time together. Let's explore together. Let's dig in deep. Let's look at your darkest fears. Let me tell you mine. You tell me yours. So forgiveness. It's the antidote to the poison that resentment becomes. If you need help with resentment, I would guide you toward Russell Brand and his recovery program. You don't have to be an addict to go through the 12 steps. And the 4th step is all about letting go of anything that you've ever been resentful for and forgiving everyone and everything. It's beautiful. Compassion, forgiveness, gratitude. I saved the best for last, because gratitude, it's a little easier to muster than compassion and forgiveness. As wonderful and beautiful as those things are, they do take some practice. It takes some work, and little by little by little, you get good at what you practice. So just keep practicing, and those practices grow. You become the master of compassion and the master of forgiveness. Gratitude. Gratitude, there are so many articles, and many of them are listed below in this step, that just point to how gratitude physically changes us. It alters our chemistry in a way that allows serotonin release into the body. It allows our neurotransmitters to release the hormones that we need to relax, to forgive, to digest, to rest, to do all the things that our body needs to do to maintain homeostasis and to maintain mental health. Good mental health. Gratitude. It can be as simple, let's see, what did I write here? From monolith to minuscule, it realigns us with truth, and that this existence is a miracle to behold. Sometimes when I am feeling really down in the world and there's so much going on, there's so much pain, and then there's injury on top of the insults and insults on top of the injury. And maybe it's a gloomy day where the sun isn't shining and the rain isn't raining, it's just gray. One thing after another, you know, these days where things just don't seem to be going right, I can reach into gratitude. I can always be grateful that I can breathe. And I'm grateful for what I feel, even if what I'm feeling in that moment is horrible. It feels great to feel. Feeling is one of the human privileges. I love, there's this cartoon, it's Duncan Trussell and Pendleton Ward. They collaborated to make a cartoon expression of, it's a psychedelic, I'm having a hard time explaining it, but I'm going to quote Duncan Trussell from this cartoon, which I'll remember the name of in just a moment. But he, in one of the episodes, it's basically a podcast that has animation put to it. And he's with his mom who's dying, and this is happening in real time, in real life. And he's interviewing his mom as she's dying. And he says, "It hurts. Why does it hurt so much that you're leaving?" And she says, "Because that's love. It wouldn't hurt if there weren't love. Pain is love. Love is pain. When you are feeling the loss so deeply, it only speaks to how much love you have the capacity for and how much love is there." And if I have a shaman friend who's actually a therapist, and he encourages people to feel it, to heal it. And so if you're in a moment of feeling an intense emotion that just, it can feel like too much, instead of trying to make it not be there, what if you get inside it? What if you explore that pain? You don't go in fighting it. You don't go in with a shield. You go in soft and open, like, what does this feel like? Where in my body am I actually feeling this? Become the witness to the experience. You don't have to become the pain. You can get inside it and notice it. Just like the clouds in the sky, notice the shape that the pain is taking. You don't have to become it, just like you don't have to get on the cloud to witness it. You witness this experience of what you're feeling. You feel it to heal it, and you immediately notice it starts to dissipate. And simultaneously you can understand, like, oh, I have the capacity to feel this much. I must be pretty spectacular. I must be capable of feeling so much love if I can feel this much pain. And I'm grateful for that. You can also take it light. Let's back way up. You can take it so light. I'm grateful that I have blueberries. I am so grateful for this roof over my head. I am so grateful that I get to live today. I've never seen this one before. That's a Maya Angelou quote. What a beautiful day. I've never seen this one before. There's so much to be grateful for, and even if you feel like there's nothing to be grateful for, everything sucks, everything's stupid, hey, at least you have the right to say everything sucks and is stupid, and that's something to be grateful for. The more you look around, the more you'll notice 10 things, 100 things, 1,000 things. That's your challenge today. Can you find 100 things to be grateful for? 100 feelings, 100 actual tangible items, 100 experiences that you've had in your life. Look around, search, find your gratitude, because it is a fast avenue to love. So once you've mastered this gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, you really begin to raise that vibe, raise, come into harmony, begin to be able to surrender to love, to exude love, to become love. Remember, it takes time to get there, and keep doing the work, because you're worth it. And the world deserves you raising your vibe. You deserve to feel the raise in your vibe, the unconditional positive regard and love that you will have for yourself in your own magical kitchen, and that you can share with those around you through compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. Namaste.